got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got... It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today.
Jordan, taking over Chicago. Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is Madden NFL Football on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Jordan Howard, fresh off 100 yards a week ago, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Detroit Lions. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, it's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carson Wentz in his 4th season now out of North Dakota State, ready to bring out this Eagles offense. And he's had to sit and watch Nick Foles under center during Philly's last 2 playoff runs. So health will be a key for Wentz in 2019, no doubt. Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The numbers for Howard a week ago. You see the numbers last week for Davis. In the end, not enough to help get him the victory.
And as we look forward to this week, don't you just get the sense that he's going to get the ball a little bit more? I mean, that's just how it reads to me. I don't know how you're feeling about it.
Well, they talked about that with us this week. That's going to be a priority for them.
Give him the ball, let him do his thing.
A gain there of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
3 down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
That's Aguilar with it on the jet sweep. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Double tight, guys, double tight. We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 39, Wentz. And his throw here's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. Here's the offense, and sometimes you got to show love to the big guys.
That you do, and we're talking about Jason Kelsey now, not Travis, his brother who plays tight end. Jason lines up at center, a threat to go to the Pro Bowl each and every year.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Wentz. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line. That's Aguilar with it on the jet sweep. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
51.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Into the red zone. Wentz over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, but it'll be second down. A look now at the starters on the defensive side for the Lions. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wentz, and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. The quick slant caught. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Wentz to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a look.
And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Jordan Howard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford is a big-arm guy who's learned how to temper some of his throws. Actually has added a lot more touch and accuracy as his career has gone along. Big-time confidence in his arm, though. Any throw you want, he can make it.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, 2nd-year man out of Auburn. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Mike, set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
To throw is Stafford. And that is incomplete. For the Eagles, a look now at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the 1st drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Pass from Stafford, caught by Amendola. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
The previous play is under review.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
The ball carried by the wide receiver. A gain on the play. First down.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 19.
A gain of 12.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
First down.
From the red zone now, Stafford under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Give them 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to draw up something good here on 3rd and 13. 3rd and long. It's Stafford. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing now is Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devon Kennard coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Wentz going to throw. It's caught by Aguilar. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. And he's got Amendola on the connection. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now it's Stafford. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Wentz now to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go counter with Howard. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 35-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz, and his throw's going to be incomplete. And once more, he was looking for Alshon Jeffrey, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That goes in the category of a play that the defense is going to cherish and excites them. A completion, yes, you give up the pass, but no gain. I mean, that's exactly what you want on defense.
And sets up the 4th down.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Eagles 7, Lions
42's the mic. I know he ain't got it. 49.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Stafford with a give. This is Riddick. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Stafford. He's got Curse. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Riddick. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. C.J. Anderson in the game. He gets it here. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. Remember, Prater has hit from 64 earlier in his career. This one not quite as long, but good from distance nonetheless. Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Romeo Okwara. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Wentz. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 15-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And once more, he was looking for Alshon Jeffrey, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Jake Elliott on for the field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
And Elliott puts this one through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked to his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. Maybe somebody to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. On first down, Johnson. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. From the 45 on second down, Stafford. Amendola's got it, complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Detroit.
Let's go, T.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And the pass complete, this one to Danny Amendola. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. From the gun on third down, Stafford. And it's caught here, Amendola. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Wentz now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Wentz, and the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw is Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. To throw, it's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line. Wentz now on first down. This complete left side to Aguilar. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz, Ertz over the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Again, it's Wentz. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. This is Riddick on the screen. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Throwing on third down, Stafford. He's got his man. It's Curse. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in week.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this week 3 matchup. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Out to the flat for Riddick. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20.
Encroachment, defense.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Call it a gain of 4, leaves them with options here on 2nd and just a yard. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. The 40. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Corey Clement. His 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. On 2nd down, Johnson. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Johnson. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Stafford. And that's knocked away and incomplete. It was the veteran safety Malcolm Jenkins who got a hand in there to disrupt it.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Another 3 on the board. He's been the lone bright spot. That's now 4 field goals.
If this offense had finished a few drives, we'd be looking at a different complexion to this ball game, because right now, the trade is really wrong for them, isn't it? They're trading field goals while the other team's scoring touchdowns. That's not going to work.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. On 2nd down, Clement. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Now Wentz on third down. And that will be incomplete.
Wentz's pass intended for Zach.
Had to pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw, Stafford. James has got it, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
First down, Lions.
On first down, it's Johnson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a second and long. On second and 15 now. Stafford, and this one's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Out of the gun, Stafford. Got a man, it's Amendola. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35.
And the Lions.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Stafford's pass. Complete to Kenny Galladay. Out of bounds at the 30-yard line. A gain of 5.
On the ground, it's Reddick. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a third and 2 more.
Offense.
That's on the former first-rounder Taylor Decker. And a manageable third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. And James has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 18.
First down, Detroit.
Hey, watch the slant.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing is Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Now it's Matt Prater on for the Lion field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
At their own 22-yard line.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They go with Howard again. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Third down and 7.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Wentz's pass intended for Alshon Jeffrey. Incomplete.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But and the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is Stafford. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for Theo Riddick there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. They're going draw play. Stafford to Johnson. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down now, Clement. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
It's a gain of a yard. That's good for Eagles. First down.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. Now this will go for 5 up to the 33. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
This is Jackson on the quick throw from Wentz. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Let's go.
Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Jared Davis gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Now how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz. And the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
To try again after the sack. Wentz caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Wentz's throw into the hands of Aguilar. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all, so he tries to grab him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Throwing is Wentz. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and forever. Now Wentz. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 24. The shotgun snap for Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Fletcher Cox able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however.
Offense.
Let's see what that's about. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively. Wentz going to throw. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Corey Clemens. Incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think they factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Kerryon Johnson, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. And he's going to go down again. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Stafford. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Ertz over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Throwing on first is Wentz. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The completion to Riddick. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Stafford looks to throw again. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They snap it to Stafford. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Forcing the incomplete pass on 4th down, and then roughing the passer.
Your offense was ready to roll, ready to get out on the field and take over. Instead, self-inflicted.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Brandon Graham able to record his 5th sack of the season. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Philadelphia, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year.